everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review for Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong #1. This is a new book from DC Comics. The Monsterverse is finally over at DC Comics. But let's talk about our creative team here. This is written by Brian Buccellato with art by Christian Duce, colors by Luis Guerrero, letters by Comicraft. What is this book all about? Well, let's talk about it. The cataclysmic crossover event of the year is here as the DC Universe clashes with Legendary's Monsterverse in Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. Clark Kent is enjoying a night off with a very important dinner planned with his girlfriend Lois Lane when the entire city shudders under the weight of the monstrous Godzilla who emerges from the bay. What started as a routine clash between the Justice League and the Legion of Doom takes a dangerous turn when the wall between worlds is breached, with Godzilla, Kong, and the Monsterverse emerging on DC's Earth. What ensues will be a brawl of unprecedented scale and destruction from acclaimed writer Brian Buccellato, who's worked on Injustice, and the best-selling artist Kristen Duce from Batman Fortnite Zero Point. This is their story. Wow. What a fantastic crossover. I have been waiting for this event. Now a few things that the premise and the synopsis does clear up. In this universe, Superman is not married to Lois Lane yet, so we know that this is not in the main DC continuity, right? Because currently they're married, they have John, all those little things. So this is definitely another universe, but nonetheless, these universes shall clash. I really enjoyed this first issue. I think the surprise comes very quickly. Like you'll see when we get into the preview pages, this happens just as the synopsis really told us. So Brian Buccellato is not wasting any time. We're getting right into it. Of course, we have to go through a few of the setup pieces of like, how did the monsters get here? What is the Justice League? What can they do about it? Who even is responsible for everything that's happening? This all is explained in issue 1, and I'm very happy that it is, because this is a very efficient comic which really sets up the series, the rest of the series, very strongly. Right? It's a very well cemented first issue to build, the rest of this world. So very excited to see this. I think there was a slight omission of a hero in costume, not so much in character, but in costume. I think another thing that Brian Buccellato really does really well is that in this dinner, Clark he's hoping to propose to Lois Lane before all this happens. That's kind of what the setup is. We'll look at that when we get into the preview pages. But he also really explores how each of the member, like just the interpersonal relationships of the Justice Leaguers, I think is really fun. So it's really always interesting to see how they relate to each other on a more personal level, and how each creator kind of brings those relationships in a little bit of a different way. Even aside from all the superhero stuff that we're going to see, we get to see some really cool villains as well. As you know, the Legion of Doom is heavily involved in this. But man, oh man, let's take a look at some of the art, because Christian Duce are like really nailing it here. I put this page on its own because the next page is the big double spread reveal. But as you can see, Lois and Clark having dinner on top of the Daily Planet, about to pop the question, and boom, what happens then? Like, play the Godzilla theme, right? Dum 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 dum. Here we go. Big Boy just shows up out of the bay. What a cool design. I love it. I love how he has the big spikes, the long tail. Just looks fantastic. I can't wait for more people to just kind of get into this book. And then we do take a little bit of time back and we build up, right? How did we get here from this point? And this is where we explore all the little relationships between the team. The book also very quickly and efficiently, and just like very subtly. There's nothing being thrown out here very like that doesn't really fit in, right? These are very organic revelations of the roster of the league and this world, what they look like, a little bit of their character. So, yeah, this is a perfect book. If you haven't been reading DC Comics in a while, this is just a fun place to get into. And if you've been reading for a long time, I think you'll feel right at home. Of course, this book has so many amazing variants. You will be there's just so many things that you'll see. I'm very excited to get into the rest of that. There are a couple of variants that I pre-ordered. They're called the Roar variants. They actually open up and make a noise. So hopefully I'll do a video for that on the channel. So stay tuned for that. You'll see a few of the variants at the end of the video, and then let me know which one you will end up picking up at the shop. So very excited for the series. Very excited for the rest of this. And I really, really enjoyed this first crossover. So if you have read this book, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, everyone. Remember to share, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you know when we go live. That is most Saturdays, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Stay tuned. We have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, all that fun stuff in the channel. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.